How does it feel to be a walking, talking ninja?
Well, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, and I'll take that tongue in cheek, and I take it as a compliment, but I never think of myself as anything other than just a normal guy that's got a determined focus on where he wants to be. My name is Master David Bonthuys. I'm an 8th degree black belt, and I first started training in martial arts at the age of 9 in September 1966.
He's always been very, very passionate about martial arts and all different types of martial arts. We've been married for nearly 40 years, so I'd like to think that I know him very well. My name is Chris Bonthuys, married to Master Bonthuys, and we've been running our school now for about 25 years.
I think, obviously with my father, he's always been a very strong character. He's been a pillar in my life, and I think there's one saying that comes to mind is something that's always resonated with me, is I think anyone can be a dad, but it takes someone very special to be a father. And I think he's always been there to carry me, just to keep me on the right track, and just encourage me to try and strive further in my life, really, with everything that I've tried to pursue.
Inspirational. He certainly has a way of turning his hand to anything. If I had something that I had no clue about, I know that he would know a way or have some sort of knowledge or know how to approach it. I think that's the key. Even if he had no knowledge of it, he would be able to tackle the situation, because that's just who he is.
You are a martial arts family.
Yes.
What's it like being part of a family that all are striving to do the same thing?
It's pretty cool because we have a unique bond, which I think brings us closer. The great thing for me is I get to spend quality time with my family every single day. But we're teaching every day, we're working out together every day, we have holidays together. It's a pretty unique experience and something I feel very blessed.
I think sort of spending time together is just something that has become very normal now, but it's not something I take for granted. We've always had quite a strong family bond, and I think that's the biggest thing it's given us. For me, a big thing that's so significant in my life that I've appreciated is time, because it's not something you can buy. One of the biggest currencies in life obviously is time, and it's so valuable. So being able to spend a lot of it with them is something quite special to me.
I think it's quite a unique situation that I don't find many. I don't have any of my friends that are in a similar situation, or maybe a few friends, but certainly not quite the dynamic that we have.
You know, I'm very close to my family. We are a close family, all of us. And I think that's a feeling that's quite mutual amongst all of us. She's got too many admirable qualities for me to list, because to me she's perfect.
I want to think of a massive word for helpful, because helpful doesn't do it justice, but she will do absolutely anything for everyone, and sometimes that's to the detriment of herself, but she will always put everyone else first before her.
My mum's very selfless. I say she's the glue in our family. She's always willing to give help, a hand to anyone, never asking for anything in return.
Talk to me about what life was like when they were growing up.
Hectic. Absolutely hectic, I can tell you. Because, of course, they were all into their martial arts, but they were also into other things. Drumming, horse riding, swimming, competing, and golf and martial arts. So we were always here, there and everywhere. We, as parents, have a great relationship with our boys.
You've got very from what I've seen, a very special relationship with your brother.
Mm-hmm. We were never children to argue. We never had any fights. That's not to say we were the perfect children, but we just never, bickered or anything like that. We've got very, very similar interests. So pretty much everything that he likes, I like.
He's always been someone who's of a large inspiration to me. Someone who's very courageous as well. But I think along those two major qualities, we've always just had a huge laugh along the way with whatever we're doing.
standout moments could be a bike ride all together, or it could be our first time going to Disney World, and all of these things stick with us. I think as a child, when you have an experience that you enjoy, whether that brings back feelings of nostalgia or whatever it is, it could be something big like going to Florida, or it could be as small as going to a field and flying a kite. Yeah.
So we were big fans of WCW and WWF. So we used to watch it religiously and try and convince Mum and Dad to get the pay-per-view. And then we used to all act out all the rest of the moves, like the power bombs and the DDTs. And because obviously I was a lot smaller physically in height compared to Jason, it means that I was always the one going through all the stunts, but Jason was the one actually doing the power bombs, on the sofa.
But you were always on the receiving end.
Most occasions, Said to wish we had good sofas and cushion, you see, so.
If you were to describe him in one word, what would you use?
I would say
Hysterical.
I can't think of one word, I can think of two. As I mentioned, I'd say it's inspirational and courageous.
That's probably offline more, when people don't see, we can't be hysterical at the front when we're doing class, but when we're ourselves, it's about laughter.
I think on a daily basis, it's just something we're always in fits of laughter. We always find a way, even in a unique situation or something that shouldn't be funny, we'll just give a look to each other, and it's, you've just got that communication there just by eyesight without any words being given verbally.
He's always been like the perfect training partner for me as well. I think training partners are a hard thing to come by, whether that be in the gym, whether it be in martial arts, whether it be in anything where you need someone else, or it can be enhanced by someone else. And I think we just go together like a puzzle. So yeah, it's always been very fortunate.
Away from the school, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, for me personally, I have lots of interests. I like to go to museums because we're really interested in history, so I like to do a lot of travelling.
I like going and travelling the world with my wife, creating new memories, new adventures. My big passion is motorcycles. I like to ride motorcycles. I've got a big touring bike which my wife and I spent many hours on, travelling up and down the country, all over Europe. And she has been known to fall asleep on it. It's so comfortable, it's got air suspension, and it's a big touring bike that can ride across all of the interstates.
I'm absolutely passionate about dogs. I love my dogs. Tired, aren't you? It's your morning nap, isn't it? Hey? Master Bonthuys claims that he's not a dog lover, and nothing could be further than the truth. He absolutely loves dogs. Can't live without them. They're more than just man's best friend.
So this is my Victory Vision, and it's amazing the passengers that I actually get on it. And this is Carly on the front there, and that's his younger sister, Roxy, on the back. So I actually used to take Harley out on the bike. I've got a special dog harness, and he just sat there like a chill dog with the wind going through his hair, and he absolutely loved it.
I love dancing very much. I've danced for a long, long time.
In fact, we've got a dance coming up this weekend. Would you like to come and join us?
I'd love to come, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, well, I hope you've got your dancing feet with you, but I look forward to seeing you, and we'll show you a few moves.
What do you want from the future?
What do I want for the future? I want health, wealth and happiness. That's the old adage, but it's true. I want a legacy. I want my children to have a secure future. I just want harmony, happiness, and the ability to carry on sharing the good times and creating new memories. And that to me is living the dream.